Welcome, ladies and beans, maybe? I don't know. So I finally finished Sanctuary. It took me a while, took me a long while. We're going to be taking a look around it. If you want to see a little bit more in depth, I've got a couple of update videos that should be in the playlist that this is in. So if you pop onto the channel and then find the playlist, it shouldn't be too difficult to find. I think it's on my main page somewhere. But I've basically spoken about a couple of things. Now, not all of it is popping in because I've sort of ran off and waited a little bit. But all of it works. So we're gonna take a nice little stroll around. We're gonna talk about it. It's gonna be nice. The frames are low. I'm sorry I can't change that because I've gone like not quadruple. I've gone about triple the limit, I would say, the build limit. So the game is having a little moment. So this is our main gate of Sanctuary. We've got some little defences and stuff, and of course the sign. We've got the side door that takes you through to the farming area. I still don't know why I made this side door. I'll be honest with you, it's got like no use. Can we close it? There we go. I just thought that it would have been cool to have a little side area. If the frames weren't so bad, like they go like even lower than this, I'd say about half of this whenever I go into the build menu now. But if it weren't too bad, then I would have liked to have had like a little caravan Brahmin set up over here. But that's not happening. We've got a little watchtower, which I don't even think we can climb. It just looks pretty cool. We've got like a Brahmin dead on the on the barricade apparently. All these like back defences, which I thought were quite nice. They blend in quite well. So, if we head on through, we come into like the first district, which is kind of like the visitors district, I suppose. So, as soon as you come in, you're greeted with this lovely motel, fully furnished, and then you're also greeted with the farmhouse. Now, I'm just going to scoot a little bit closer because I'm slipping off my chair. We've got a little butcher's outside. I want to just point out as well, this sanctuary houses 60 people. Yes, 60 people. And for some reason, like, they never walk around and do things. They just sort of stand there. So, anyway, we've got a butcher's. We've got like the little water things, the water collectors outside, because you know we need to provide resources for any visitors that want to come and come and say hello, and we need to obviously provide food for the residents. So if we come in here and take a little look, we've got all these decorations. Got some fish from the river, all of this stuff, nice little decorations, stuff like that. It's nice, it's nice. Got a little farmer dorms. And if we head inside, you can see here, it's literally just like a bunkhouse. We've got two bunkhouses. We've got one for the farmers and one for the Minutemen, which I quite like. Oh, hello. You can see Piper out there. I think that's Piper. Hello. It's Piper. Having a little waffle. You see here, they've got a little dining area, stuff like that. It's all very nice, all very cluttered. It's alright. It's alright. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. We've got a spare room here. Sometimes you'll see rooms that have like really small amounts of decoration. That's literally because I can't put any more in. Otherwise I'm going to break the game. I've already broken the game once actually. I sort of destroyed my menus and had to like scour through the mod menus to find like a new menu replacer thing. It was dreadful, I hated it. But yeah, I almost couldn't finish any settlements on this save. Well, on any save with those mods. For some reason, it was just completely broken. So we'll come over here and take a look at the motel. This is possibly my favourite build, just because I think it works. So you know, you've got your bar here. If you want to buy some food, then you can. They got it in the fridge. The owners have got the bunks at the back. You know, you got like loads of clutter and stuff on the counters, which is probably why I like it so much. Just the fact that I can put clutter down makes it just look so much more cooler. I'm trying to move slow, but like not make it take forever because of the bloody frames. But we'll go take a look upstairs. The upstairs was very quickly done because it was the last thing I did. The upstairs for the motel. If we come around here, we've got a little walkway so you can look out. You can see Abernathy Farm over there. You can see the watchtower. Well, what will be the watchtower. It's going to be a hunting watchtower, which will be interesting, especially with rendering all this so close by. You can see in here, just very, very simple layout in the motel bedrooms. And then the bigger room has got a little desk in. So let's head back downstairs, back onto the street. I think it's getting dark, which is nice actually, because this place looks really cool at night time. So, oh, we've got this little house here. I forgot about this little house. Let's go inside. My stomach's having a gurn because I've not eaten yet. So this is more of like a lower class house, I suppose. As you can tell by the beds, they've got proper makeshift beds instead of like actual beds. They probably can't afford an actual bed because of course you've got to buy them. You have to buy everything here. But let's move through into the next district, which is the commercial district, because this is where the shops are, basically. This is where my market is, this is where my refugee centre is, it's where sort of more generalised social things are. See a little chemistry bench there for me getting supplies. But we come into this house. Some of the houses are a lot more sort of thrown together. So you see we've got like, you know, some sort of barrel or crate with a cloth thrown over it used as a table. You got like an ironing board used as a table over there. You know, it's a lot sort of like raggedy and shambled together. If we come through here, we've got like a little work area. So, you know, someone's like eating their food while like whatever it is that they're doing, and this person's like messing around with some meds and stuff. You know, maybe it's like a merchant lives there, don't know. Oh, hello. You're right, sir, with your Picasso mustachio. So back here, we've got a little double bed, plenty of sheets, stuff like that. So you can tell that I've run out of ideas for decorating because I just sort of bunged down things anywhere, not really knowing if it worked. And in some places it didn't, like that bedroom. But I don't really have that much of a choice because of the build limit. But yeah, right, let's head back outside. So, I would say that we're coming up towards one of the better looking areas of what I've been building. In fact, I can't remember if I've even furnished the downstairs of the Robo place. Maybe I've not furnished it. I don't feel like I have. I feel like I was meant to and I haven't, which is going to be embarrassing. But here we've got the little power armor store where you can buy like heavy weapons and, you know, they can repair your power armor and stuff. I just thought it would have been cool to have one of these little stores in here. But as we head back out, we'll go take a look at the market in a minute. I just want to work my way around this side of the street and... 1 minute, I'm just going to go have a look. I'm just going to go straight have a look. I don't think I've done it. No, I've left this open. This is only half done. Oh, God. So we're just going to avoid this. Oh, look at those frames. We're just gonna avoid this this lower building because it's pretty much the same as what I looked at in the last video. Yeah. My excuse is that 1, I've forgotten, and 2, I can't build anymore because I'm running out of space. I could probably put some walls at the back though. To be fair, that's just it's not excusable. Right, so we've got this this house next door to the power arm, which doesn't have any lights in, which is brilliant. Another mistake by me. But you can see here loads of bloody clutter everywhere. Everybody's cluttered up. This place is a little bit more better off. They've got their own ice cooler, they've got their own little table and TV and stuff like that. The TV's not hooked up, but they can pretend it is. Come back here, got a little bedroom. Got a little office area, which is quite nice. I think this is a gamer's one. And then you come back here, you've got a little sort of common room, bedroom type dealio. And then we come back out. Now this area here, this is possibly my favourite thing, and I don't know why. I just like it so much. It's just like a cluttered up little campfire. I imagine like a family out here having some kind of barbecue, some sort of like post-war barbecue. Really strange. This door should not be open. Is anybody out here? No. Close. So we come up to the vault area. So of course, with this settlement being right next to the vault, people are going to be wanting to go see the vault, or, you know, the settlement is going to be in some way related to the vault. And I decided to spring up a little vault shop, basically, like a vault gift shop, so that if you buy a ticket and, you know, a tour guard to go take you down into the vault, you can come back, you can buy your own vault suit, you can buy your own bobbleheads and stuff like that. I thought that that concept was pretty cool. Everyone's just stood around staring at each other nervously. Isn't it weird? So, I'm going to avoid down here and just imagine that it's just like a normal house or something. Because I honestly don't know why I've not furnished it. It's probably just because of the frames and stuff. I wanted to get this just finished and out of the way. But we've got this upstairs workshop, which I really like. So, for example, you know, repairing armour, repairing clothes, repairing weapons. Over there, they're repairing a turret, which I think is pretty cool. You know, stuff on the floor. Oh god, my game's frozen. Oh dear. Okay, so my game might have froze. So we're just going to ignore the robotic repair center area thing, and just move on to the market. So,
Yeah.
we've got plenty of decorations and stuff on the outside, you know, little seating areas and what have you. Then of course we've got the barbers and we've got the surgery downstairs. So the barbers is set up quite nicely. I quite like the barbers. I'm afraid, madam and sir, you're going to take your hats off. But you can see here, you know, got mirrors. They're all set up. There's a man over there in the corner for some reason. Sure. I don't know what to expect from this game anymore. We might not be able to build at Red Rocket because it's so close. So I'll just have to have a look. But we've got our clinic. I didn't actually expect Codsworth to be behind the counter. He's actually timed that quite well, and I think my game's froze again. Okay, so this time we've kind of got to move fast, because I don't want to break the game again. I've never had it freeze this many times and I don't know why. So look, surgery, woo! Sorry, there's someone under the stairs, excuse me. So up here we've got all of our stalls. Someone sat over there in the wrong place. But we've got the little weapon stall, fat men, you know, all of this stuff. You've probably seen it before if you've seen the other videos. We've got a little man here selling clothes and stuff. Well, selling armour. There's meant to be a ghoul woman here selling clothes, but for some reason she's buggered off. We've got Colin. Colin's selling some Vault Tech gear and loads of trading stuff, which is nice. I don't know why I've called him Colin. I don't know where I've got that from. I'm sure maybe another YouTuber's done it. But let's go out. Let's go out and into the town, because we're only halfway there and it's been taking like fucking 20 minutes. So, you know, we've got all these defences, loads of generators hidden away. It's all very protected. Now, this is the original area. I shaved a floor off, basically, so that this area matched the rest. So let's go upstairs and take a look real quick. So, we've got a little family house here, which is quite nice and well done. Then we come through here, and we've got a little common room. It should be fleshed out a little bit more, but I didn't realise that it was so barren and empty. Then we've got like all of these small little apartment areas, which is where the majority of people would sleep, and then a family house here. These little like cabby holes are basically just for single people that don't really have a lot of cash but still want to live here. Now if we go downstairs, we've got a little campfire here with the side alley back into the farms. Now there was meant to be a little house here, like a tiny little dorm room, but that's not really happening with the state of things. But we've got this house here, which I think was the original house. So plenty of seating areas, a little bit of mannequins, stuff like that, little bedroom, and then a little workout area, which is quite nice. If we head outside, you might ask why I've got my hood back on. I think the game lags more when you don't have your hood on, but I'm not quite sure. But we're going to go through here. This was also one of the original houses, and I'm stuck. Oh shit, there's nothing outside it. Bugger. I've gone way overboard with this build. I shouldn't have made it this big. But we've got a little bedroom here, which is quite nice, a little bit nerdy and stuff like that. There was a shop out here, but of course they've taken it away and renovating the area. That's my excuse. We've got the Tower of Power and some outhouses next to it. Then we come through here, and we've got a little dining table and a second little bedroom, because the back side of this house is one building, is one like residential area, and then the other side is another residential area. So as we move on through, you see the Slocum Joe's HQ that the Minutemen have taken over and branded themselves. There's going to be a lot of Slocum Joes bobbing around. We've got a little shop there. I don't know who he is. What does he sell? Oh, he's a bar. We've got a little elevated house with no living room. There was meant to be a living room, but there's not because it was renovated from a shop. This has all happened recently, so you'll have to bear with me. We're going to take a quick look inside the Slocum Joe's. Hello. Are you okay? Your mustachio again. But yeah, you can sort of see how that looks. Very nice, actually. I really, really like it. It was worth the money that I spent, which was only like £2. But if we come inside here, we've got another little house, very cluttered, looking quite nice, very shambly. A lot of stuff all over the place. We've got one of my favourite bed designs, which is like a double bed with a children's bed underneath it, which I thought was quite cool. And then over here we've got like a little apartment within itself, which I also thought was quite cool. So you can see how like some of these people aren't as well off because of the type of beds and stuff they've got. Now we're moving into the last district, which has changed the most since I last went into it. This is the Minutemen district. This district is like the northeast, the western, the western Commonwealth HQ for the Minutemen. So, and there's a lot of them standing around, not really doing a whole lot, because that's where I've placed them. I didn't realise that they don't move. But if we come in, we can see the infirmary. So, you know, after a battle, this is where they bring the men. And then if you come through here, you've got another little room with some seating in, and then back here we've got a little synth repair centre, because some Minutemen are simps. We're not afraid to admit that. So you can kind of see that this is like the most defensive area in the entirety of Sanctuary. We've got sandbags and turrets everywhere. This is, you know, the place to hold your ground. So if the place is under attack, everybody retreats into this area. If you're a civilian, you hide in the Museum of Freedom, which I think is a thing in Concord, but the Minutemen have stolen it, basically. We're going to get to that. That's the building I hate the most. It's possibly the worst build I've ever done. Which is nice. On my first full tour that's modded. So, bunkhouse. I've shown this off before, but this is very cluttered again. Little common room, a little dining area, beds everywhere, because this is where, if you're training to become a Minuteman, this is where you would stay, basically. They'd give you a bed, they'd give you a little area to eat and stuff like that. They'd provide you with the food. Then over here we've got a little combat area, which is why there's so many dummies and mannequins. So that if you want to shoot them, if you want to test out some ammo, if you want to, like, you know, test out some melee weapons on them, you can. That's all a good thing. We go over here. We've got every hospital's got a cafe. I've mentioned this before. Every hospital's got a cafe. So I put like a little bar like outside of the hospital for like people to hang around and wait and stuff like that, which I thought was quite nice. It's decorated quite nicely. I like the little Minutemen stars and stuff like that. You got a couple of tables, what have you. And of course it's fully functioning because you got the actual store there, which works. That's going to have to be a cut, isn't it? So then sorry, there was going to be a slight cut there because someone barreled through the front door. So in the centre we've got like these little walkways, because I like the concept that if the town is under heavy attack, everyone hides in there and all of the Minutemen just gather onto here and they just defend that door, basically, that gate. So that was my idea. I really wanted to include the tree in some way. So as we come around here, past all of these Minutemen that are sort of bobbing around and doing different things, by different things I mean nothing.
How are you?
We've got the broken elevator, of course, and we've got the workshop. So the workshop is just like the generalised Minutemen area. So if you want to come in and make some medicine, then you can. If you want to come in and work out, then you can. You know, you've got a couple of things on display. Some like legendary Minutemen wetsuit armour things. Upstairs we've got the power armour repair station and the robot repair station. So the Minutemen are basically making their own armour, as you can see with the Minutemen down here. And this is basically where they do it. So once you've fixed your armour up or made it or whatever, you load it onto the elevator, lower it down, get into it, bam, bish bash bosh. Outside we've got a little weapons workshop. There was meant to be a slave in here. There was a slave in here at one stage in life, but I'm not quite sure where she's gone. But the idea was that she was an institute slave or like a Brotherhood of Steel slave. Someone that is our enemy, basically. That was the concept, but she's ran off somewhere. So we come into the last building before we go out into the farms, and this is basically the museum. It is completely like shambled up and last minute, but I think it works in a way. So you've got some like, it's basically the concept for it is the Minutemen have I forgot about that. I forgot about that big whack-off tower. So basically the idea is that the Minutemen have just basically gotten a load of things together, pushed it into a museum building and said, this is important now. So we've got loads of ancient things actually taken from a museum. We've got a couple of robot things. They sort of resemble what we've done in the save so far. So for example, these sort of represent taking out the Mechanist. Then we've got the power armor, so taking out the Brotherhood of Steel. Then we've got all of these sort of like war-related items that represent sort of the force that the Minutemen have and taking out people like the Children of Atom, all that sort of cool stuff. Then we come downstairs. We've got a little pre-war artifact thing. You know, try your luck on the Porter Diner. God, can you imagine if I actually got it now? That'd be amazing. And then down here we've got the biggest show off of all is the Institute stuff, because of course they're our biggest enemy overall, because we're siding with the railroad. So we've got plenty of Institute items like scattered around. You know, you can play around with the consoles if you want. You can like, you know, mess around with some of the test tubes, all that sort of stuff. And of course we've got the artificial plants, which you can have a little feel around the leaves or something, like an interaction thing. I don't know if that was a word, interactual. Probably not. It doesn't sound like a word. But finally, to finish it off, because I am still rushing, we've got all of these farm areas, which of course the farmhouse look after. Some of them haven't loaded over there, and I can't get out to them. So we'll just quickly run out to the side entrance in the hope that I don't break the game in the process. Go, 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 go. Quicker, quicker, quicker. Go, 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 go. I think overall the Minutemen area looks the nicest in terms of the largest, like, nicest looking area. My individual, I forgot where I am, but my individual sort of area that I like the best is probably the campfire over by the vault area. Right, so we can see here, we've got all of the plants and stuff set up. Plenty and plenty of plants. We did have a little fishing chair over there, but I had to uninstall that mod because it was useless. But we've sort of fenced up the entire area. We've got a watchtower up there, which I think is really cool looking. At least on my TV it is. It's a lot darker on my TV. And then we've got a little water silo, water tower. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the entire settlement. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be moving on to Red Rocket next, just because the lag at the moment here is immensely bad, and it's already frozen twice since walking around. Maybe it's just walking around with my HUD turned off. I'm not quite sure, because it's been fine since I've turned it back on. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Please do leave comments below if you want me to build in certain areas, or if you've got ideas for what I can build in certain areas. I think I've got Paladin Dance over at the Mechanist's lair, because I wanted to do like a factory type thing. I'm not quite sure. Minerva seems to be over here like speaking to people. She's like accusing this couple of things. Oh, the refugee area, I forgot about that. We'll just quickly go have a little gander up here, just in case you haven't seen it. But this is basically if you're poor or homeless and you're found, you know, right outside Sanctuary, then they'll let you in, give you food and drink for a couple of nights, and then throw you back out, basically. that was the idea there. But yeah, that's it. I've got nothing else to show you, I don't think. I might do a couple of little mod spotlight things on like outfits and stuff that I'm using, depending on if, you know, people would be interested in that. Like I said, comment below. Really don't know where I'm going to build next. I can't say that it's going to be Red Rocket just because of this lag. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.